Today for the second Buna time topic, we will be talking about insecurities and how to
It's crazy.
overcome
Yeah,
insecurities.
man, this is actually a very strong topic in it. Insecurities, man. This is something that a whole lot of us deal with. You know what I mean?
Mm,
We don't know where they come from, but we know all have insecurities. It could be, I could, hold us back from doing the things that we want or going after the things that we want. I mean, it could even be socializing as well. As simple as that, or going after a job you want, or going after that person that you want, or just being bold enough and just striving into any of the directions that you want to prosper in. And I think insecurities is something that we all need to deal with.
Everybody experiences it. It doesn't matter who you are. From time to time, it's something that comes and pops up. But how do you deal with insecurities? Like, what,
I mean,
what do you think is the root of the problem?
to be honest with you, insecurities could. This is something that we are talking amongst friends as well yesterday. Is like, I don't think that none of us come to this world with insecurities. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I think that people have made us feel some type of way. Like, they've told us that we're not good enough, or they bullied us, or it could be our parents, it could be the society, the educational system, it could be anything. You know what I mean? But somehow that during that impression in mind of yours as a child, you have had scars, or you have dealt with things that made you feel like you're not sufficient enough. And I think that has something to deal with. So most insecurities could actually come from either rejection, or it could come from just social anxiety as well. That could also be one cause. And then the other one could also be like insecurity due to like perfectionism as well. Like we always try to be so perfect on so many different things, and we hold ourselves back from actually going to those places. So I think these are the things that we actually need to be mindful of. So like this is, for example, when it comes to rejection as well. I feel like if you have been rejected, it could be from a job interview, or it could be from or somebody from a loved one as well, or any at any point of your life. If you have been rejected once, that could all scar you in a way that, oh my god, what am I going to do? This is going to be my thing forever. So you wouldn't want to risk yourself or make yourself vulnerable in any kind of way after that rejection.
Mm,
So if you have been rejected from anything
yeah.
in your life, don't take it as if that you're going to put it into your personality, you're going to be insecure about it. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just means that you need to actually understand more to actually go back at it again. And it also should be like a setback that should get you ready, in any way that you can, to actually go ahead and put yourself forward. Last but not least, as well, is to involve friends. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's good to conversate and to talk amongst friends as to what you're feeling. If you're feeling some type of way after a rejection, you could conversate with somebody that could tell you that's not the end of your journey. You know what I mean? Somebody
Mm,
could come and tell you. If you come and tell me that you've been rejected by, of a job interview and so forth, and then I'll tell you, well, look, it's their loss and one, and also look back at it as well, see how you could perfect the interview and whatsoever way, how you could get yourself ready, and go back at it again, and then that way you could get energies from your friends. So really conversate with people that could literally help you, and that's something help you, because sometimes you talk to people and they will beat you down while you're already on your knees. You know what I mean?
mm,
So
mm,
you've got to stay away from that kind of people. The other insecurity that I feel like we come across are from like social anxiety. Literally, the fear of being socially judged is one of the most common form of insecurity. I
mm-hmm.
feel like most of us have that. Some people, feel self-conscious and anxious and literally fearful when it's in front of others. It doesn't matter whether it's a group of colleagues or it could be a family member. This can extend to an even smallest of social encounters, like even a date. You know what I mean? So people go like, "Oh my god," they get a whole bunch of anxiety, like they don't know where to go. If
Mm,
somebody has a date, I'm like they'll be nervous. Even when they go out, they will end up being not themselves.
mm,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
then before they know it, they are completely out of their body, like they're full on insecure the whole time, and they don't even know how to gain their confidence back. And that is something to actually be mindful of. So this is something that I'm sure a lot of us deal with. Do you think that you have had any of these insecurities we're talking about?
Oh man, definitely. Like for a while back, I was kind of insecure about the way I spoke. Like
Mm,
the people that I idolized spoke in a way where they could influence people just, with hours, with an hour by spending an hour with them.
mm,
But I realized that it's just a matter of information. Now, if there's something that you're insecure about, the information is out there as to how your body reacts to certain insecurities. So you can basically look up how the neurochemicals react in your brain when you're feeling those, when you're going through those experiences, and you can kind of find a way to regulate those. For example, when I did something that proved to me that I bit my insecurities, it kind of made me feel really good. For when I went in front of people and started speaking, for example, that was the first time I started moving towards challenging my insecurities, and that way I kind of like went to the bottom root of first where this fear originated. Like I wasn't always afraid of public speaking. Well, not, I wouldn't call it fear. You see, I've always been able to speak in front of people, but I wasn't always able to speak with influence. So I wanted to kind of develop that because it kind of made me feel, well, not full when I didn't do that. So I started doing it, and before I knew it, I started seeing small results and changes in my personalities. So every insecurity that you have, you can solve it by just simply listening to yourself.
Sometimes, you will make that your comfort zone. You be insecure and you tell yourself that's who you are. You don't change that. You know what I mean? I've come across so many people and you're like, why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you, applying or going, dating and so forth? And they actually made you feel like they have accepted that as if that's who they are. You know what I mean? And that's something that we have to work on. That we have to be honest with ourselves. You know what I mean? We are not all this insecurities. These are the things that we have experienced, we have been told and so forth, that we have accepted as our reality. And we are somehow found ourselves being insecure about them. So really being honest with yourself goes a very long way. And especially that if you're dealing with insecurity from social anxiety as well, and this is something that you've got to do as well, is to literally confront your inner critic. And this is something that you've got to do. All right, nobody's holding you back as strongly as the voice inside your head. And the other insecurity, I feel like most of us also now, this current day, this generation is going through, is insecurity due to perfectionism as well. And this idea of perfect is an illusion, you know what I mean? And especially now you go on social media and you see what other people are portraying as perfect, or the media is what they're portraying as perfect. So if you don't feel like you don't meet those standards, you feel like you're setting yourself short. If you're not in the body, or if you're not in the house or in the car, if you're not reaching all these goals that people are setting as perfect, relationship goals are perfect, job, career goals, whatever kind of goals, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm not up to those standards, so I'm setting myself short. You start to become very insecure of who you are, what you're trying to do, and what you're trying to achieve. And that is it breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Sometimes when people don't even see the value what they possess within their hands because what they have seen on social media. How? And it is something that we need to deal with. And some people are exceptionally high standards for themselves, and that is something that could be of anything you might have seen, or could be of social media, and that is really very bad for you. So make sure you understand how you're going about life. You know what I mean? Make sure you understand your pace. Your pace, my pace will never be yours, and your pace will never be mine. You know what I mean? So to actually beat this insecurity is to know that perfectionism is an illusion. Even the greatest business solutions aren't perfect. They go through like several changes once they have been released. We are looking at all these tech giants as well that are still updating themselves, still going, maintaining, and doing a whole bunch of things to make sure their company is so-called perfect. You know what I mean? It's still not. You know what I mean? So you have to understand it is a never-ending destination. You would never be able to go anywhere unless if you focus on perfectionism. So whatever it is that you feel like would definitely let you shine, go out. Don't be afraid to actually be in the public eye. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Don't compare yourself to somebody else's today, but rather compare yourself to who you were yesterday, and do whatever it is that you can and can possibly be, because we will never be able to see another you in this world. You know what I mean? There will never be another Johnny. There will never be another Dowie. There will never, me specifically, with my experiences, with my knowledge, with my resources, and Johnny with all the things that you have as well, and whoever is listening on the other side, I promise you, just get rid of all this unnecessary voice within your head. Silence it. because there's a star within you that needs to shine. There's a whole energy that needs to go out. And I feel like it's also illegal. It should be illegal for somebody to come with a whole lot of gift and a whole lot of talent, and for them to go and leave this planet without really giving us all the things, all the necessary solutions, and all the beautiful art, or all the beautiful solutions they could possibly give us. So whoever you are, just start off small, and start small as well. There's nobody, hasn't been a single soul that actually went on and have all this amazing, followers or recognition out of nowhere. It starts from a very, very, very small step. So beat that insecurity, beat that voice within your head, and this is something that we have to. It's also something you do as well for yourself. I can't do it. Johnny Boy can't do it. Even if you sit down, your parents, your partners will not be able to do it. You need to sit back with yourself, work on yourself, and let us see all the beautiful things that you have within you